Togo so passport. So we are Ghana ni na we are Mali ni. We are Ghana ni na kuta Mali passport no be ko Mali. We are Togo ni na so kuta Ghana passport no be ko to Ghana.
Busianfo chese sana time Trump deporting for free America. Then time no ena Trump nsa so young don mu say twe ena na ne em nwa was asem we hu ne say Trump deport wa as a Ghana ni e ba ne sen ena young don ekopie mu wo South Africa ebusiafo nchiremu a meteye eno no Trump deporting nkofo no young don ekopie mu wo South Africa na e ba ne sen ena wa kopie mu wo South Africa okopie ho no no ne hu sika nyina akosan ya wo klemi say ne nan ye ne ya fa hin kosi hin oyare ohia sika wode be ko hospital opemwa de abaga na ne ade kwan we ne fa so ma young don ekopie mu wo South Africa na ebusia me isi me kire emunsem a ahwa ade be chen wo ha se ntika me ho na yenkohwe emunsem yenkotie emunsem na yembeto aso
asma mi kan bebre omo kan kure omo nim nyame so asem a omo mpese omo betwa tro no na omo fa etan kasa no omo na etro is true no I'm not lying chede why na je say on there by the can say bia na en kure o see the vinya no kure no obi tro no so we be say lying so but those who know omo be kan nyame so asem nye tan dia they know what I'm saying na no kure ye chiw na ukuta Togo passport. Now you Ghana nimpo so far as ukuta Togo passport no you do go Togo. They don't care.
Okay.
Because you Togo.
Okay. Boy no shana. The way no na oye no. Osha atenidia wadidi mpanimfo bi na nya no me wo boy no so ana.
Joe, me say. Me di card by fatu wansa na makama. Ma me di kan kana se we unim. The whole 24. So ye no aye asantefo ne say di opa bia ye pe oben ne kura be chief limam mi nya no kokutu nanim na mabunkotodwe amande ne nan atometi na waka say nyame hira wo na madafo munumuni o chedua ono so mi nya na ye me brother Oda mabusiam na wakase wo bakura so na wo si obi na beka so ye fake mimi oya me family member ntino bi nka so ye fake mekọ ne ho ama na kase nyame nhiraw de obeye bia nyeye ama metimi dimi se si me bua kase me family member ni sa bo wi amfo nani anto hiani bi ba timi be kan krofo sa enipa minimo o odi o matem nyina bom na odi o matem ti the food
azwa ma be vibe bi ncho no omo live no so no if I say me cost ye call 13.5k my security di omo trans che pa u onim se ni pa egusu bebre ni nyina security di 3000 Ghana no munyai
of course kunim bibi 3000 no di o tua sa 3000 ko wonu me da na blabo so di o tua bi ma na ye 3000 ko o wonu me Sani pakro no obetua sa wo social media e won kwase sika ho sa ni sika wonya peace wona bra bomu da obetua sa kwase sika sei obetua sa ofa onya the power in life mu da because so wutimi ka se wutua me aboa no na wanwene de ode ye otumfo wanwene de ode ye again no wanwene de ode ye ajagraja wanwene de ode ye chief ni mam wanwene de ode ye sa ochedua se me body di boni amofa nche me because on se me
adum chedua ya
one minute ni pana me bo mu nyina di ho na wo hwenya nim se o tua na wani kan anken amma sampanifo no mu amfa nche no na wo so wodi kan dia che na wo sika no ebe dane aboa to so 2026 obe bread the rest of your life because say yaw no mu ko mu no you did not even feel for them you just pay it is enka ye sika bia ese ke de gene nkwa enka wo de what to omu feelings atogu se wo kotua you will never get peace. This is the high time we tell ourselves, you know, telling truth, you know, when I bet account truth to yourself, you know, you are not afraid to tell truth to everybody. I'm doing the same thing here because I can tell myself the truth. This boy or social media fame or buy ya get no bet su ye no or bet two get ne twa yen na ye ma ye wo twe kwase aba me pew we your ba wo two get ne twa and you some of you are laughing and you think they're funny you unya obetra se kasa ajabraja me wakoti sorry me manu chichiri form say me kasa me wakoti me wo say otufo me wakoti me wo say me manu chichiri form me manu chichiri binim say me use sa word no chief ni mam
odina tempasa odi papa na tempasa
name it and you guys think say you're funny we think say you're funny on social media we think say you're funny boy no wouldn't bibi onyale na kama na visiting na kudru na bedru South Africa onyale o no ohun se mu ye fools na mo pesika onim se obeka because some of you muta ajabraja some of you muta chedua some of you muta some of you muta again no some of you muta otumfo enti no me kasar ma page me otumfo so some of you no onim se mo betua na ayese ye tia enti no ba ye no onyale o ba ne kama na de na bedru South Africa boy na kaso beti toilet edi before say boy ni be nyankopɔ be na dom ama ne ho atɔ no no nye say onyale o ba say sad ayi na da so kama na ye twa nantwie ye twa nkokɔ ye twa nkra ye twa niema gu no so before say be free no so unless say o papa o ma the bush penini o ma bush penini o ma me bush penini o mu ti chi ekɔ Ajabraja have to be the last person so obeko no ho on kwa otufo ofri otufo ho a na okọ get no ho ofri get no ko chief ni mam ofri chief ni mama ene opo on hye but Ajabraja have to be last woni bibi on ne ba social media otwa eniema good so eti opa ono okọ no ho festa what the chain kura se den kura still na no ese otufo de channel Ajabraja ene ono.
And before you came into office, you had been a ranking, so you're very much on top of the issues, and so you've been exhibiting that in office. But particularly when there are concerns being raised, that there are other foreign nationals from the West African sub-region who have Ghanaian passports, especially in the Gulf, in the Southeast Asian countries, who are using Ghanaian passports and perpetrate crimes in the name of Ghanaians. And so for those who legitimately have Ghanaian passports and live decent lives tend to face a certain reaction as a result of those actions. Has it come to your notice? How do you work on that? How are you working on that?
Yeah, it has come to our notice, and it appears to be a very age-old challenge. But fortunately, because of the investments we have made in strengthening the security architecture around passport acquisition, now it is very, very difficult. The last time I held a press conference and exposed how over 370 foreigners who tried in recent weeks to obtain Ghanaian passports, how they were exposed because of the system we have put in place. We quickly rounded them up, and they are being prosecuted as we speak. And we made it clear at that press conference that you will not be allowed to obtain a Ghanaian passport when you are not a Ghanaian, when you don't qualify to have a Ghanaian passport. And when we get you, you will not be spared. You will be prosecuted, and we will go for the full sanctions, not leaving out jail sentences. So it should be made clear that we have tightened the system. We now have a PPP arrangement with the BTS consortium, which infuses a lot of technology, and often on these platforms, I don't want to delve into details for these criminals to want to beat the system. But you see, previously, before I became foreign minister, if you are applying for a passport in Tamale, from the Tamale Passport Application Center, those in Accra or in Takoradi at the Takoradi Passport Application Center don't know what is going on in Tamale. So if you are denied, the people in Tamale do a good job and notice that, no, you just crossed into the country probably from a neighboring country. You don't qualify. You can try your luck in Takoradi or in Accra.
And it will be isolated.
And because the system was not integrated. Now we have full integration, real-time integration. And once you have flagged any part of our country, you will not be allowed you know, if you attempt, you will be arrested. So I think that the systems we've put in place really help. But I would say that we all have to be eternally vigilant. Sometimes it is some of our own citizens who try to, you know, vouch for these foreigners. Oh, it's my cousin, my brother. Oh, he or she is a Ghanaian, you know, and they come up with all kinds of spurious claims. And when we go into it, you know, we find out that they have obtained a Ghana card fraudulently. They do not qualify, you know, for a Ghanaian passport. So let me assure all Ghanaians, including our international partners watching, that the system now has been tightened. We have a zero tolerance policy against any foreigner holding on to our passport. Because you see, some of the visa waiver agreements we have signed recently, one of the conditions is that we must keep the sanctity of our passports. We must make sure that those passports don't get into the wrong hands. Because if they do get into the wrong hands, the countries will pull out. I mean, we are talking about countries, you know, in Europe, in the other parts of Africa, in Asia,
in the Caribbean,
you know, the Caribbeans, who care very much about, you know, national security, and they really have entered into these agreements with Ghana because they know they can trust Ghanaians. Ghanaians are law-abiding. Ghanaians, you know, we are not, you know, a failed state. You know, we are very decent people. So if they do not get the sense that we are going the extra mile to protect the sanctity of our passports, they will get out of these agreements. And we don't want that. We rather want to have many more Ghanaians. And I want to add value to our passports. So far, we are doing about 52 countries where you can travel visa-free.
Just walk in.
Yes, I'm hoping that we can double this number. You know, over.
For Madaroma, asama meka ya ni bresem, and it's alleged. Misam sa wo Sako City, such a duma say, na sa papa ya wa wuyi. So we be catch us sa wa ju sika de papa ni wo no e de wa ba Canada ha wo boa enye yie. Papa no so we be catch us say, so wa ju sika no de papa ni wo ne de wa ba Canada ha wo boa enye yie. It's alleged. Enti mo ya jeje musika no manya nti yesi ya jeje nipa 5 sika, e say ya de mo ba na abaya yie no enye yie. Maame no kunani no yede ne kunu no afunu akoma no wo Ghana enti wunim say wuti ho atwen say obi de wo ba broche we da papa ni di ma enyeye papa no woni nkrata ni di ni aban bukum enti say wutra wo bi de dadawa wadada wo kwa afen so maame kunani no ne kunu ni ja no ho ebetra ha no 10 good years no wo ne da enti yensusu yemu no ene ba bia ya ka akoduru no ya asem nyina ne say amofa papa no koma ne yire no wonsie no enti me kawe ya to ha se wonnim na wo ma ya de papa no ho bibi de wo bedu krom a wotimi kra mba wo be se wusika na yansu ya ka akosi se sika kakra ya nya wo ho no ebetimi de papa na ko Ghana mo ntra ha se sika no kaso mo de ye connection ti se wotina ho na obi ji usika se papa no ho wuo no wo do ba Canada enye yie munka hu se yetemra krom ye bakọ sanchene e de afra mu sugar ama mo na mix enti no wow yes adia no you need to stop mu kurani ni mobo kurani ni se wane de ba no mo ma bro kire o mo je o mu funu enti mu fa kurani ni funu ankoma no wo share kire no wo share kire no isalage se nipa mienu bi de share kire yepa mo cho mu nyai obi antimi makrom ha in the name of papa wa betina Canada ono wanya nkrata di mu enti wo share kire no jai na mo de fasura ye de ba fa form obi a wo email obi antimi send email say ya mo say ye ntie ya ye tie ya say ya mo say ye ntie ya ye tie ya enti mo bia nche ni sika ma obi abushani bia say ye do fi Sako e do ba ha say be ye enye ye me na ma say aha ye Toronto news